Heard they been hunting for him, yeah, they looking for the real. But he got caught up in the shadow, yeah, they tried to seal the deal. They deleted the connection, but they couldn't cut the line. Guess who's back? The source is back. Guess who's back? The source is back.
Welcome, and of course, welcome back. Let's get right into it and get everyone caught up with the source. This installment documents the history and genetic lineage of Blizzy Drops. Due to its significant market demand and high phenotypic performance, we are accelerating the official release schedule for this cultivar. Hold on, wait. This project has become one of our most sought after and highly anticipated releases, and the energy around it is so high, we had to do this video slightly early. Now, Blizzy Drops is a cross between Sweet Tooth and Chimera 3. What you're looking at here is a completed Blizzy Drop by Source Club member Midwest Man. When you're in the club, you're not just watching the journey, you are a part of the development team. It's absolutely fun to see all the pre-releases and even help name some of the genetics. To see all of our hard work, be sure to head over to Google and type in Autoflower genetics. Originally, this specific lineage of Sweet Tooth Autoflower was provided by ILGM. Prior to the development of Source Club, viewers were allowed to participate in events in which we seen this specimen grown in over 50 cultivation cycles. Doing so verified a high percentage of phenotypic stability and made us want to breed with it. So, introducing the Chimera 3, which is literally growing right next to it. We're basically curious to see if opposites attract. You are looking at the complete biomass journey of Sweet Tooth. This particular cultivar will not stop stretching during the reproductive phase. It continues to stretch nonstop. Although that is an impressive trait, we did not isolate that genetically. We are mainly impressed with the flower structure itself. So we sought out to integrate superior pathogen resistance and enhance the density of the secondary metabolite production. Simply looking at the Sweet Tooth specimen, we see tons of potential. The core of the development was dense, and we believe that constant stretch removed energy from the finish. So the theory is quite simple. Just let's slow down that vertical climb and hope to reallocate that metabolic resource to something else. It's clear to see in this video how this angiosperm will not stop stretching. We literally have to chop the tops because of the growth past the light source. I want to emphasize just how much we appreciate this kind of raw energy in a specimen. Seeing an autoflower with this much size and vigor is exactly what we look for. It's the definition of genetic excellence that we try to put into the autoflower genetic lines. So it's a no-brainer to take this massive foundation and refine it. As you can see, they continued to push so hard that we had to relocate them to a different zone in the facility. We needed an area where the lighting could be adjusted much higher to prevent the chopping of more tops. Here you see both of the parent plants, but now you see the actual offspring. This is Blizzy Drops. Again, this is still in development, very, very early, but the anticipation has reached its limit. It all looks so promising. Real quick, let's take a look at the cycle of Chimera 3. Chimera 3 comes from the work of breeder Bee-Leaf. This project all started from an elite clone derived from a high-tier investment. From there, a self-pollination was performed by Smoking Monkey Genetics to generate a population of seeds to give us the foundation of starting the auto-flowering process. Also, a part of that process is to see the Chimera 3 in its full glory. Basically, you can't refine what you don't fully understand. By growing the Chimera 3 out to its absolute completion, we get to see that true end result, the structure and the finish. Overall quality of this full cycle view allows us to make the right genetic adjustments. Most of you familiar with Chimera 3 knows it was almost impossible to find one without mutations. So it was imperative to get a replica and self-pollinate. As you can see here, the Chimera 3 is in early development in veg. And at this part of the vegetation cycle, we decided to top the Chimera 3. Yes, this is a photo period, and I probably can just chop it right in half because it's very forgiving. But we still practice in this facility the proper way to top. Simply rolling out that very last node is the most effective, stress-free method of topping cannabis angiosperms. During this phase, you can clearly see there's a lot of defoliation going on, and the top is beautiful. So at this point, we need to train. We're going to take this small specimen into this big bush of a monster. Over in the Source Club, we have these training kits. The integration of these training kits is critical for precision and manipulation. This kit comes with the eyelet and punch tool, perfect for fabric pots. This particular pot is an air bottom pot by a mom and pops duo. This was a gift, so I have no clue where it came from. So the technique here is to use the punch from the Source Club kit to install these reinforced eyelets directly into the side of the fabric pot. Once these anchors are set, we take the training wire and pull these broadleaf branches down until they're horizontal. Now, after training is complete, it's time to watch the vegetative cycle closely and take some serious notes. We're looking at the genetic structure of these specimens and identifying exactly what we want to keep and what we need to change. Is the internodal spacing too tight? Is the leaf density blocking too much light? We're looking for those specific traits that we can isolate to make the next version even better. This is where the refinement happens. Observation. The growth habits. Now we can make the right genetic calls to hit that perfect balance in the near future. As we enter into pre-flower, this Chimera 3 absolutely looks like a bush, a decorative bush that you would find in front of someone's house. Very early in this flower cycle, you see the colors are already taking effect. They have developed way earlier than expected. And these traits were definitely selected while autoflowering and crossed over into the Blizzy Drops. As you can see in the specimen grown by Midwest Man, the colors were absolutely amazing. Although you're looking at something that's absolutely phenomenal, the real story here is once we completed that transition and spent the time working out the bugs in the breeding process, the Autoflower version is actually better than this particular photo period. Not saying that it's better than all Chimera 3, but this one. It's actually pretty simple and necessary because a selection process has to occur to get the autoflower. And the result, Blizzy Drops. This cross appears to be a perfect mix between the two. Looking at this cross, you can see the massive amount of reproductive sites. It's stacking. It's a perfect blend between the two parents. Neither specimen is dominating. It's not too tall, not too short, that perfect middle ground. It's the best of both worlds. Take a look at the nodes, the spacing, they're kind of tight. So as they mature, they're going to get closer. And the expansion of the individual flowers will eliminate the gaps. So that's going to give us that cola-like structure. Also, the aromatic profile at this early stage is already breathtaking, and the terpene concentration is hitting levels that are honestly rare to see. We can't wait for the final results so we can give you that full in-depth breakdown. Be sure to search Autoflower Genetics and get updated for the final results. Let's take a deep dive into the cultivation data and procedures used to create this unique specimen, Torsado. The objective was to stabilize a phenotype that expressed dense terminal clusters. We selected these specific genetics to mitigate airy development, focusing instead on a compact resin-heavy morphology that defines the Torsado specimen. Look, cultivators like to complain about autoflowers or day-neutral specimens. The main complaints are structural density, cannabinoid concentration, and aromatic complexity. Autoflower geneticists prioritize these concerns, thus creating autoflowering cultivars that will rival any traditional photo period. And Torsado exhibits the hard work of Autoflower genetics by checking all three boxes. Let's get started. To trigger the specimen's metabolic activity, we use ambient thermal transfer from the light source to initiate the thermal germination phase. In our studies, we found it much more efficient to use oxidative priming during the initial soak. We achieve this by using liquid oxygen, which is commonly known as hydrogen peroxide. Doing this is going to add a concentrated oxygen boost, and that's going to trigger the specimens to pop open much faster. What you see here, many cultivators refer to this specific issue as helmet head. But this is documented as testa adherence. This happens when your specimen is planted too shallow and doesn't receive enough friction from the substrate to pull that testa away. So it remains stuck to the cotyledons, preventing them from opening and starting photosynthesis. To resolve this issue, we first rehydrate the testa to soften the biological bond. Typically, we encourage our engineers to use the precision instruments provided here in the facility. But as you can see, we used a fingernail to be more delicate with the specimen. The specimens have now been transitioned into the vegetative development zone. In this controlled environment, we keep the temperatures exactly at 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Relative humidity fluctuates between 55 and 60%. Here you can now see a significant surge in biomass. In this area, we utilize vertical convection or vortex airflow management. Fresh CO2-rich air is driven into the base of the environment, where it's circulated in a spiral cyclonic motion before exiting through the top and exhausted out of the area. This creates a uniform vapor pressure deficit, VPD, uniform in the entire environment, preventing microclimates. Around day 21, we observed a notable phenotypic sensitivity in the Torsado specimen. While the surrounding specimens are thriving in a nutrient-rich environment, the Torsado is exhibiting marginal chlorosis, which is basically tip burn. Since the environment and the irrigation are identical across all units, we identified this as a genotype-specific sensitivity. Torsado appears to have a lower threshold for certain macronutrients, and this trait remained persistent throughout the whole entire cycle. Let's talk about architectural training. Here at Autoflowers, our objective is to ensure these elite traits are fully expressed and imprinted within the genetic line. By pushing the specimen to its physical ceiling, we're conditioning the epigenetic response, ensuring that the offspring inherit these high-performance behaviors. When these genetics are integrated into other facilities, they should exhibit the same phenotypic vigor, structural integrity. It's basically the like father, like son generic inheritance. By not training the specimens, we eliminate environmental noise. The data we collect here is a direct reflection of Torsado's DNA. The result is a more reliable blueprint for any facility that integrates these genetics into their own production line. At this point, it's important to note that the Torsado is a day-agnostic specimen, autoflower. Unlike photoperiod sensitive angiosperms, these specimens have not been transferred to the reproductive area. Instead, they will remain under the 24-hour light conditions since first initiated during the germination phase. As we move into the floral production of Torsado, you can see that the marginal chlorosis, tip burn, is still present. View this as a trait of this specific phenotype. Our studies show that it does not inhibit the secondary metabolite production. Despite the leaf sensitivity, the bracts to leaf ratio remains high, very high. This means that the actual flower structure is dense and clean, ensuring that the tip burn stays on the fan leaves and never migrates to the floral clusters. We are now at a critical phase where we start noticing the final structure locking in. The floral clusters are becoming increasingly compact, and the terpene profile is finally reaching its full complexity. We're no longer just smelling green growth. We are experiencing the true volatile aromatic signature of the Torsado specimen. That deep, earthy musk is now fully interlaced with that sharp, saccharine sweetness. This again reiterates that the secondary metabolites are at their absolute peak. The Torsado specimens has far exceeded our initial projections. Despite being housed in 2-gallon fabric cultivation vessels, the Torsado has surged to over 6 feet in vertical height. This demonstrates the incredible nutrient uptake efficiency and root zone vitality. Maintaining a 6-foot specimen in a 2-gallon pot requires a very high metabolic demand. These angiosperms transpire water at an accelerated rate, so we have to ensure that our fertigation cycles are precisely timed to prevent any stress. Check it out. We are reaching the peak of the senescence phase. Torsado is exhibiting a beautiful uniform chlorophyll degradation, resulting in this vibrant yellow and deep purple hues. This fade shows that the specimen is reallocating all of its internal nutrients to the floral sites. As you can see, the structural integrity of the vertical appendages are now being challenged. The density of the floral clusters have reached such a mass that the limbs are falling under the weight. This significant leaning is a physical testament to the biomass to branch ratio we've achieved through this very natural, untrained growth cycle. All right, we finally reached the terminal phase because senescence is complete. We've reached the biological ceiling for this cycle. It's basically time to start the post-cultivation process. As a reminder, this specimen has achieved this massive 6-foot scale under 24 hours of continuous light from day 1. So that means there wasn't any temperature fluctuations at night to trigger the purple hues. That is 100% genetics. Let's take a look at the final process biomass. Even after the moisture mitigation in the drying room, these Torsado units have maintained incredible volume. This is the result of high frequency energy intake meeting elite genetics. The earthy sweet terpene profile has officially cured into a pungent aromatic concentrate. Right now you have a glance into the autoflowers of the future. This is a genetic success story. To wrap up our Torsado analysis, we conducted a potency qualification using the T-Check T3 system. The reading came back a massive 31.2% THC. Now, to keep this strictly professional, we have to account for the plus minus variance. So with the margin of error, it's between 28% and 34%. So even if we play it safe and take the low end of that 3% swing, the Torsado officially set the bar for the next run in the facility files. This year, we officially attended the 2026 Autoflower Cup, and we obtained a booth directly across from the display case. And for all those who witnessed and entered the building, we did ask to pick the top 3 visually dense autos over in that case, and every single person we asked stated that Torsado was the most dense appearing specimen in the case. Therefore, we unofficially obtained the most dense auto of 2026, which should be a category, because as we mentioned, the top 3 gripes cultivators have with autoflowers should also be the top 3 categories in any autoflowering competition.
This is one of the most resinous botanical creations to ever emerge from the Autoflower genetics facility. This specific cultivar produced such an intense concentration of amorphous resin during the post-harvest drying process that it began to bead up and drip via gravitational pull. We are not merely observing surface frost, this is a level of metabolic production that physically overflowed. Sub-glacia Pi represents the pinnacle of autoflower excellence. During the dehydration cycle, this specimen exhibited an extreme surplus of secondary metabolites. The glandular trichome density was so profound that the resulting viscous exudate surpassed the surface tension of the bract. This rare phenomenon is known as guttation. To investigate further, utilize the search interface for Autoflower genetics, subscribe to the newsletter, and remain informed on all genetic audits. In the initial phase, we utilized a high-quality cocoa coir substrate. The cocoa to perlite ratio is a standard 70/30th distribution. From that foundation, we introduced one single elite seed of Sub-glacia Pi. This serves as the baseline for the entire audit. By maintaining a sterile internal environment, we ensure that every increment of vegetative growth is fueled by a specifically engineered nutrition protocol. We then initiate microbial activity by introducing high-quality mycorrhizae to inoculate the rhizosphere. This is a critical procedural step. We are establishing a biological foundation for specimen excellence. Mycorrhizae functions not just as a root booster, but as a biological upgrade to the infrastructure, akin to integrating high-speed data into the nutrient transport network. Even with minor challenges in the early ontogeny phase, the specimen displayed remarkable resilience. Observe the scale of our research, multiple specimens transitioning through early growth. Despite being the final specimen planted with limited cubic volume, this specimen demonstrated incredible natural vigor, asserting dominance within the facility. This 4x8 growth zone is specifically engineered for early development stages, where seeds germinate and complete early vegetation under a 24-hour photo period. Our nutrition protocol utilizes the Advanced Nutrients Cultivator series, focusing exclusively on base and bloom. We bypass standard growth formulas to prioritize a robust foundation. By utilizing the higher phosphorus and potassium levels found in the bloom formula, we encourage the root zone to become structurally reinforced from day one. The strength of the canopy is directly dictated by the strength of the roots. We target a specific benchmark concentration of 4 grams per gallon, settling at 950 ppm. We have determined this is the optimal safe range for every specimen regardless of the growth stage, locking in the pH at exactly 6.0. Maintaining this consistent feeding regimen eliminates the physiological stress caused by nutrient fluctuations, allowing the specimen to focus 100% of its energy on phenotypic development.
Barina Grow Force. A new light alert. A new light. The Barina Grow Force is a beast of a light. Straight out the box, you just unfold it and hang it up. You can separate the power bracket for heat management. But that's cool, most of us don't anyway. There are a few things that I think is really cool about this light. The light bars are triangular shaped. It looks cool and that extra surface reduces heat. And it should put out some heat. This light has 2,784 diodes with blue and far infrared light. And that wide range spectrum is going to make your plants healthy and vibrant. Take a look right here. You can see them. And look at the plant. It's massive.
Consistency is the secret to a predictable, high-quality final result in any commercial audit. Transitioning to the 12 by 12 reproduction area allows these elite angiosperms to fully express their genetic potential. Sub-glacia Pi outpaced the propagation zone so rapidly we initiated an early transition. Despite its corner placement, the angiosperm pushed vertical dominance and stacked massive vascular strength. We are auditing the architecture here. The leaf structure is massive, indicating high phenotypic vigor. These solar panels are engineered for maximum light inception and transpiration, a sign of a robust vascular system. Structural density is maximized for photon inception. The specimen is praying, an indicator that stomatal conductance is wide open. Processing CO2 and nutrients at the highest possible rate, the Sub-glacia Pi has successfully acclimated and is now dominating the environment solo. Pistils have transitioned to amber orange, signaling that cross-pollination windows have closed. We are looking at a vertical peak of 6.5 feet, positioned within 2 inches of the LEDs. The angiosperm now delivers 100% of its energy into resin infrastructure and secondary metabolites. We are now entering total senescence. Look at the pigmentation shift, The anthocyanin reveal gives us deep reddish purples and yellows as chlorophyll production ceases. This biological signal proves the metabolic cycle is concluding. Trichome maturation has shifted from clear to 100% cloudy, signaling peak secondary metabolites. Furthermore, the specimen has stopped water intake, the engine is idling as the work is complete. This is an elite cultivar that has dominated every phase of the audit. The aromatic profile, governed by linalool and limonene. Genetic excellence achieved.
That's right, head over to Google and type in Autoflower genetics. That way you can get more information on our very hard work. To participate in our genetic selection program, check out the Source Club to further your research and be a part of a community dedicated to genetic excellence.